I think ADHD is an addiction. Hear me out! I think ADHD is an addiction to the modern stimulating environment. I always heard it was about being easily distracted, but then one day I learned it's about low dopamine level. And I'm like, low dopamine? That's the same thing that happens with addiction to drugs or porn or video games or sugar. If you do or take something that gives you a lot of dopamine for an extended period of time, your brain will think that you have too much dopamine and it'll downregulate. AKA it'll stop making so much dopamine and it'll stop perceiving so much dopamine because it thinks you have too much. Then when you stop doing or taking that thing, your normal state is dopamine deficient. So now to feel normal, you have to use that thing. And that's literally the definition of addiction. So when someone says that your dopamine is too low and you have ADD, I'm like, it's not really that I'm distracted from what I'm trying to focus on right now. It's that my brain is hungry for dopamine, and so it's foraging. It's looking around, all around in the environment, trying to find something that will give it that dopamine so it can be satisfied. We all know lights and screens are super stimulating. The World Health Organization even says that children under 2 shouldn't look at screens at all. Even as adults, we know that looking at screens before we go to bed can make us not be able to fall asleep. Even just driving on the freeway at 65 miles an hour is freaking bananas to a caveman brain. I mean, the most basic ass, regular, modern day life is an insane roller coaster ride for our primal brain. Maybe that's why so many people in Silicon Valley have started this trend of dopamine fasts, where they literally stay away from their devices and screens and stimulating activity for extended periods of time to upregulate their dopamine so they feel normal when they're just, sitting there. Because the way my life is set up, I can't do a dopamine fast, but I can meditate for 10 minutes every morning. And so I do, or at least I try to. I probably end up meditating about 4 mornings a week, which is pretty good. It's made a big difference. To help me reach 1 million followers to pitch my science show to Netflix, follow and share.